only after puzzling over it for days, and sometimes waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, scratching my head and thinking, well, how did they make this cut? And finally to realize that the only way that they could have actually cut that thing was with a saw that was 35 feet in diameter.
The idea that ancient Egyptians used giant saws provoked much resistance from mainstream archaeologists. Dunn, however, was convinced.
As an ex-machinist, I look for tool marks. I look for them everywhere I go. And I could be accused of, well, if you're going to look for something, you're probably going to find it because you're looking at it through a certain filter. Accepted, I agree. But the question is, why is it there? Clearly, to me, that is a machine mark. But there were no machines back then. So, what do? I just go looking for more machine marks, and they're all over the place. You find them on statues, and find them particularly in the Luxor Museum. There seems to be an impression on the side of Amun's buttock where it meets the bench, where there is an undercut. It was the slip of a tool, and therefore it must have been a tool that was quite efficient.
Dunn also believes that the large depressions in the ground at Giza are not boat pits, as is claimed by mainstream archaeologists, but were actually used to hold the 35-foot saws.
I speculate that they were actually saw pits. The saws were mounted in these pits, and they ran the blocks through the saws before they put them in the Great Pyramid.
Another mystery involves how megastones were lifted up and placed into a precise position.
What you find in modern construction is that to build big buildings, you need to build big instruments which help build these big buildings. And that is something which archaeology has never addressed.
The 3 largest man-made stones in the world are found at the Temple of Jupiter at Baalbek in Lebanon. Each weighs an estimated 1,000 tons, or 2 million pounds. A nearby quarry contains an even bigger stone, known as the Stone of the Pregnant Woman. This giant rectangular block weighs an incredible 1,200 tons. To move it today would take the strength of 21 heavy lift cranes.
Being in the construction industry, if a certain project is being constructed somewhere, particularly in mountainous areas, how would we carry this machinery?